Hello children, welcome to Samyeda e-learning classes for 6th standard mathematics. Children, it is second session of the lesson Basic Geometrical Ideas. In the previous session, we learnt about points, line segment, line, intersecting lines and parallel lines. Children, in this session, you will learn about some more basic geometrical ideas. Look at these pictures. Have you ever taken a piece of paper and just doodle? Children, you will like to doodle on a paper with a pen or pencil? Yes. The pictures formed by doodling are called curves. Doodling is also comes under the geometrical concepts. We can see the geometrical concepts, the things all around us. We can draw some of these drawings without lifting pencil from the paper and without the use of ruler. These are all curves. Curve in everyday usage means not straight. Look at these pictures. Children, what is the difference between these figures? The starting point and the ending point of this figure is different. In this figure, starting point and the ending points are same. Therefore, this curve is open curve. The second curve is closed curve. Starting and ending point of the curve are different. It is an open curve. If the starting and ending point of the curve are the same, then it is called as closed curve. Let us consider the closed curves. Look at the first figure. It crosses itself. In second one also, it crosses itself. Therefore, first and second curves cross themselves, whereas third and fourth curves do not cross at any point. If a curve does not cross itself, it is called a simple closed curve. Therefore, the third and fourth curves are simple closed curve. If a curve does cross itself, then it is called a complex closed curve. Here, the first and second curves are complex closed curves. Look at these figures. Let us classify the following curves as open or closed. In the first one, starting and ending points are the same. Therefore, first figure is closed curve. In the second figure, starting and ending points are different. It is open curve. The letter A. Starting and ending points are different. Therefore, it is open curve. Let's see this Kannada letter Na. How do we write this? The starting and ending points are different. What is the type of curve? It is open curve. Next one. Starting and ending points are same. Therefore, this curve is closed curve. The last one, starting and ending points are different. Therefore, it is open curve. Did you understand, children? Say whether the following closed curves are simple or complex closed curves. Children, these all four figures are closed curves. In the first figure, it crosses itself. Look here, it crosses itself. Therefore, that is complex closed curve. In the second figure, it is also crossed itself. Therefore, it is complex closed curve. This closed curve is crossing itself. Therefore, these two are complex closed curves. Look at this figure. Simple closed curve. Why it is simple closed curve? It does not cross anywhere. Therefore, it is called simple closed curve. Next one. Can we see any crossing here? No. Therefore, it is simple closed curve. These two curves are simple closed curves. Look at this tennis court. A court line in a tennis court divides into three parts. Inside the line, on the line and out of the line. We cannot enter inside without crossing the line. Therefore, every closed curve has three parts. Interior of the closed curve, exterior of the closed curve and the boundary part of the closed curve. The interior of a curve together with its boundary is called its region. Interior and the boundary together is called as its region. Look at this figure. There are 3 points, point A, B and C. Now let us discuss about the position of the point in the closed curve. The point A is situated inside the interior of the curve. The point C in the exterior of the curve. The point B is on the boundary. You will say it, point B is on the curve. Look at these corners of a room, children. It is corner in the roof, corner in the floor. These corners give ideas of angles. Look at this picture. It is a box. Here, the top of the box is like a hinged lid. That means half opened. The edges AD of a box and AP of the lid can be imagined as two rays, ray AD and ray AP. These two rays have a common initial point. Which is a common initial point for the rays AD and AP? A is a common initial point. The two rays here together are said to form an angle. An angle made up of two rays starting from a common initial point. Here the rays AD and AP has common point A. They are said to be the angle. The two rays forming an angle are called the arms or sides of the angle. In this figure, the ray AD and AP are the arms or sides of this angle, and their common point of the intersection is called the vertex. Which is the vertex here? Point A. Angle is denoted by the symbol, this symbol, or we read it as angle. Here formed. How can we read this angle? Let us learn how to read the angle. Here angle is formed by two rays OP and OQ. O is the vertex. To show the angle in the figure, we use a small curve at the vertex. What are the sides here? The two rays OP and OQ are the sides. They are considered as sides. How can we name this angle? This angle can be named in three ways. By naming a point on each side and the vertex between them. Here, the vertex O comes in between the points P and Q. Therefore, it is angle POQ. It can be written as angle POQ or angle QOQ. P. Angle POQ is same as the angle QOP. Look here children, angle POQ is the same as angle QOP. Second type, angle can be named only by the vertex. Which is the vertex here? O. Therefore, it can be named as angle O. Next type, angle named by assigning a number to the angle. Let give the number 1. Then we will name the angle as angle 1. Among these three ways of naming the angle, the first way is better way of naming the angle, that is angle POQ. This is the better way of naming the angle. The vertex in between the 2 points. O is in between P and Q. That's why, how do we read this? Angle POQ. Look at this partially open door. The doors give an idea of the angle. In daily life, we are seeing this. Door is pulling or pushing. It makes the angle. Here, we can see the angle between the frame and the door. Here also frame and the door. Partially open pencil box. We can see the angle here, the angle between the lid and the base of the pencil box. Angle in a clock, it has 2 hands, minute hand and hours hand. Each and every time they are changing its angle. We can see the different types of angle in a day of time. Angle divides the region into 3 parts. Let's take one angle. It is interior of the angle, out of the angle, that is called exterior of the angle. Next one, we know that the outline, that is called boundary, boundary of the angle. Therefore, angle divides the region into 3 parts: interior of the angle, exterior of the angle and the boundary of the angle. Since the rays which form an angle have no end points, the interior, exterior and boundary of an angle extend indefinitely. Let's take an example. Look at this angle PQR. Here in the angle PQR, which point is situated in the interior of the angle? Point X. Point X is in the interior of the angle. Which are the points situated exterior of the angle? Yes, that is point Z. Z is in the exterior of the angle. Which are the points are situated on the boundary of the angle? What children? Yes, you are right. Points P, S, Q and R in the boundary of the angle. Did you understand? How do we say the position of the points in the angle? Okay, try it children. We have to name the angles in the given figure. Let's see how do we name it. Let's consider a point A. Point A is the vertex formed between the arms AD and AB. Therefore, we name it as angle BAT. Next, go to vertex B. Here, vertex B is formed in between the sides AB and BC. Therefore, the angle formed is angle ABC. Look at this vertex C. C is formed between CD and CB. Therefore, the angle is formed is angle BCD. Next one, last one, D. Angle formed at D. D is the vertex. It is in between the sides DA and D. Between the sides DA and DC. Therefore, angle is formed ADC. The angle is ADC. Therefore, it is angle ADC. DC. In the given diagram, name the points in the interior of angle DOE. Let's look at the picture. Angle DOE, here which are the points in the interior of angle DOE? Point A. Point A is situated in the interior of the DOE. Second question, in the exterior of angle EOF. Where is the angle EOF here? Angle EOF, only this part. Which are the points situated exterior of this angle EOF? Point C, point A, point D. Therefore, points A, D and C are in the exterior of angle EOF. On the angle EOF, what are the points situated on the angle EOF? The points F, O, B and E are on the angle EOF. Children, let's draw rough diagrams of two angles such that they have one point in common. Children, try to draw in your notebook one point in common. For this, first we will draw one ray, that is OB. One more ray, OA. Now we get the angle AOB. We will draw one more ray from the point O, that is OC. Now O is a common point for two angles, angle AOB and angle BOC. Here two angles, angle AOB and angle BOC have common point O. Measuring an angle. The measure of an angle is the amount of turns by which one of the two rays having same initial point is rotated about that point to form the angle. Let's consider one angle AOB. Keep OB as stationary, OB as constant. We will rotate the ray OA on the vertex O. How do we rotate? The first angle, it turns, we will get the second angle. It turns like this, we will get the third angle. And OA, get the fourth angle. Here the ray OA is rotated about point O to take different positions. Hence, forming angles of different measures. Did you understand, children? To understand this, we should learn about the protractor. Protractor is a device. It is used to measure the size of the angle. Let's know how to measure the angle using protractor. Let's take one angle ABC. It has a vertex B and two rays BC and BA. They are arms of this angle ABC. Place a protractor and place the zero line of the protractor over the one arm, that is BC. Now I am taking one protractor and placing it on BC. The zero line coincide with arm BC. And place the center of zero line at the vertex of the angle. B is coincide with the center of this zero line. Read the size of the angle from 0. Starting from 0, we will count now 10 degree, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. AB is at 70 degree. Therefore, The measurement of this angle is 70 degree. Which is the angle? The angle ABC measures 70 degree. Did you understand, children? Children, you understood how to measure the angles. Look at these figures. First three figures are not crossing anywhere at any point, but fourth one crossing in a point. They are closed curves. These curves are special because they entirely made up of line segments. All four curves are made up of line segments. Out of these four, first three are simple closed curves because they do not cross themselves. A simple closed figure that is made up of three or more line segments are called polygons. My student Sindhu tried to form polygon with matchsticks. She took some matchsticks. First she made a polygon with 5 matchsticks. Look here, she used 5 sticks. It is one type of the polygon. Second, she made a polygon with 4 sticks. She used 4 sticks. Next, she made a polygon with 3 matchsticks. So, we are very familiar with this figure. This is triangle. Next, she tried to make a polygon with 2 matchsticks, but it was not possible. Why, children? Why it is not possible? Look here. She made a figure, but it is not closed figure. We cannot form a polygon with 2 line segments. Polygon is bounded figure and closed curve. That's why at least we need 3 line segments or 3 matchsticks. Therefore, a polygon will need at least 3 line segments. What is a polygon? The geometrical figure which is bounded by 3 or more sides is called a polygon. Look at this figure. It has 3 sides. What is this? Triangle. Triangle has 3 sides, 3 vertices. Triangle is one of the polygon bounded by 3 sides. Look at this figure. It is a square with 4 sides. 4 side figures like rectangle, square, rhombus, kite are all called quadrilaterals. All quadrilaterals are polygons. Look at this. How many sides it has? 5 sides. It is 5-sided polygon. This 5-sided polygon is called as pentagon. Penta means 5. Let's watch the activity. Children, we know that geometrical figure which is bounded by 3 or more sides is called a polygon. It is a model of a triangle made by sticks and small rubber tubes. In a triangle, there are 3 sides and 3 vertices. 1, 2, 3 sides. 1, 2, 3 vertices. After this, I will take one quadrilateral. It is in the shape of square. It has 4 sides and 4 vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I am taking a pentagon. Pentagon has 5 vertices and 5 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. Next, I am taking hexagon. Hexagon has 6 vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 6 sides. Like this way, we can make the model of heptagon which has 7 sides, octagon which has 8 sides and so on. Children, you can make the polygons by using sticks and small rubber tubes. Try to do, children. Adjacent sides in a polygon. Children, any two sides with a common endpoint are called adjacent sides of a polygon. In this figure, the sides AB and BC have a common endpoint B. So, the side AB and BC are adjacent sides. Similarly, the side BC and CD are adjacent sides. The lines CD and DE are adjacents. The line DE and AE are adjacents. The lines AE and AB are adjacent sides. Let us learn about adjacent vertices. The end points of the same side of a polygon are called adjacent vertices. Let's see the adjacent vertices now. Here, A and B are the end points of the side AB. Therefore, A and B are called as adjacent vertices. And also, in the line BC, B and C are adjacent vertices, CD are adjacent vertices, DE are adjacent vertices, E and A are adjacent vertices. Did you understand, children? Let's learn about diagonals. Look at this pentagon A, B, C, D, E. Let's join the vertices which are not adjacent vertices. Here A and B are adjacent vertices but not A and C. A and C are not adjacent vertices, therefore join A and C. The line AC is a diagonal. What is a diagonal of the polygon? Diagonal is a line segment joining any two non-adjacent vertices of a polygon. How many diagonals can we get in a pentagon? Let's see now. Join A and C, we will get the diagonal AC. Next, join A and D, we will get the diagonal AD. Join B and E, get the diagonal BE. Join B and D, will get the diagonal BD. And join E and C, we will get the diagonal EC. How many diagonals are here in the pentagon? Pentagon A, B, C, D, E has 5 diagonals. Children, write down in your notebook. Here I am giving some questions. Solve at home and show your teachers. Using the given figure, name the following 3 angles formed at the vertex O. 3 angles having a side T. Draw a polygon A, B, C, D, E, F of 6 sides. Name all sides, vertices as well as diagonals of the polygon. What we have discussed in today's session: a curve, position of a point, an angle, 4th one, a polygon, 5th one, adjacent sides, adjacent vertices, diagonal. Children, it is the time of the closing this session. Stay safe, stay home, keep learning. When you go outside, don't forget to wear a mask. Shashikala SC, working as TGT, GMPS Konanakunte, Bengaluru South 3. Thank you.